Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, April 8th. Quite an amazing weather pattern for the weekend here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Another Arctic blast arrives for the weekend, and with it comes an accumulating snow threat on Saturday, primarily north and east of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, and then a widespread freeze is likely by early Sunday morning. Low temperatures early Sunday, way down in the 20s in most areas along the I-95 corridor. Again, quite an amazing pattern for this time of year. Let's start off by looking at the latest radar loop. I just wanted to point this out because there are a few bands of snow cutting across central Pennsylvania. This particular snow shower dumped a quick coating of snow on Harrisburg. It's not out of the question that some of the western suburbs, especially the far western suburbs of Philadelphia, sees a snow shower over the next couple of hours, perhaps even into northern Maryland near the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. For the most part, it'll turn out to be a dry day with partial sunshine, a bit of a breeze, and certainly colder than yesterday. High temperatures in the low to mid 50s this afternoon. But watch out for a potential snow shower or two in the western suburbs of Philadelphia and northern Maryland here over the next couple of hours. Well, let's now focus in on the snow threat for tomorrow. And first we'll look at the upper level pattern here, 500 millibars. This is crucial to what will evolve on Saturday. We'll use the 0Z GFS model run. The GFS has had quite a good handle on this whole situation. This is actually a look at the current 500 millibar as of Friday morning. A couple things to point out here. A deep upper level trough situated over the Great Lakes region, edging into the northeastern part of the U.S. Kind of a negatively tilt to this upper level trough. That will allow for only slow movement of this whole upper level pattern. This will actually turn out to be quite a lengthy precipitation event. Precipitation could break out as early as shortly after midnight tonight across the D.C. metro region and could continue into early tomorrow night in many areas along the I-95 corridor, all as a result of a very slow moving and vigorous upper level trough. It's moving along very slowly, partly as a result of an omega blocking situation that has developed downstream over the Atlantic Ocean, kind of slowing the movement of this upper level pattern. Short wave of energy will rotate around this and set off the development of a clipper type low pressure area for Saturday. Let's now jump ahead to this evening's forecast map at 500 millibars. And here we go. This is the forecast map for this evening, and here is that upper level short wave of energy, the all-important one that will rotate around this deep upper level trough and set off the formation of a surface low pressure area. This is very important where this surface low pressure area sets up, because the way it looks like it's unfolding is those areas along the storm track, which appears to be southern Pennsylvania, basically a west to east track across southern Pennsylvania, maybe the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. Those areas along that storm track and just to the north will receive the heaviest precipitation amounts. That means the D.C. metro region will get the least precipitation amount. Those areas like Philadelphia up to New York City across the Poconos, looks like that'll be the zone for the heaviest precipitation amounts. And the result of that will be that the greatest snow accumulation threat will be north of the Mason-Dixon line. There can be a coating of snow perhaps on grassy areas to the north and west of the district, but a coating to perhaps 2 or 3 inches across southeastern Pennsylvania and up to New Jersey, New York City metro region. This time of the year, snow accumulation is highly dependent on the time of day, the elevation of a particular location, and certainly low-level temperatures, ground-level temperatures. So anything that falls during the day tomorrow, given the time of year and the sun angle, it'll have a lot of difficulty accumulating anywhere except for grassy surfaces and perhaps some other non-paved surfaces. And the higher elevation locations generally are to the north and west of the metro regions, north and west of Philly, for example, north and west of New York City, have better chances for snow accumulation on Saturday and Saturday night. Well, let's jump ahead another 12 hours and take a look at the 500 millibar forecast map for tomorrow morning. And here we go. By tomorrow morning, deep upper level low, kind of a closed low here situated right over the southwestern corner of Pennsylvania. Again, this will result in a surface low pressure area right across southern Pennsylvania. And that, again, storm track is important because along that and to the north of that is where the greatest precipitation amounts will occur and the greatest chance for accumulating snow. Let's now jump ahead another 12 hours. And finally, here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, Saturday evening. Low pressure at 500 millibars situated off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Again, a rather slow-moving pattern, a relatively long precipitation event from late tonight into early tomorrow night. Now let's get into the details in terms of the surface forecast maps. Well, here's a forecast map for late tonight, around 1 o'clock in the morning. Again, the precipitation at this time can be just to the west or edging into the D.C. metro region. Pretty healthy looking precipitation dumped here by the GFS model across the Ohio Valley into western Pennsylvania. But again, precipitation could break out probably in the form of snow showers in the western suburbs of D.C. Certainly can be mixed with rain at times late tonight. By tomorrow morning, certainly can be breaking out in terms of snow showers, possibly mixed with rain across southeastern Pennsylvania. In fact, let's jump ahead now 6 hours. We'll look at 6 hour increments here for these surface maps to Saturday morning. And here it is, the forecast map for Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. Again, that low pressure area, the storm track, all important, right across southern Pennsylvania, perhaps over the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. Lighter precipitation amounts to the south of that storm track. Again, it'll basically be moving in this kind of a fashion, maybe west to east or slightly to the northwest southeastern track here during the day on Saturday. Lighter greens here indicated by the GFS model, which suggests lighter in the way of precipitation amounts. And again, heavier along the storm track and just to the north. Let's jump ahead another 6 hours to early Saturday afternoon. And here we go, by early Saturday afternoon, quite an impressive band of heavier precipitation amounts cutting across east central Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, into New York City, all the way down to maybe southeastern Pennsylvania, the Philly area. And this is where the greatest chance for accumulating snow will occur. And as we talked a minute or two ago, greatest chance for snow accumulations will be on grassy and other non-paved surfaces. Higher elevation locations, generally that occurs to the north and west of the cities, let's say northern western suburbs of Philly, interior northern New Jersey, where there's some higher elevation locations, again, north and west of New York City. Not much precipitation here at this time, early tomorrow afternoon across D.C. Maybe a coating in some areas north and west of the district, but again, the greatest chance for any accumulations on Saturday looks like it'll end up being north of the Mason-Dixon line. One other thing to point out here, by early tomorrow afternoon, that pressure gradient will be tightening up as this low pressure area strengthens and deepens near the mid-Atlantic coastline. The result will be strong wind gusts by later tomorrow afternoon, certainly up to 40 miles per hour or so possible, first in the D.C. metro region during the afternoon, and certainly in Philly by late in the day, and then by early tomorrow night, 40 mile per hour wind gusts possible across New York City. Those strong wind gusts continue tomorrow night throughout the I-95 corridor. Well, here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening. That low is moving off the coast now, and at this time, early tomorrow night, all of this should be in the form of snow here. Whatever falls during the day can be a mixture of rain and snow, but by early tomorrow night, perhaps even late tomorrow afternoon, it should be all snow across southeastern Pennsylvania, probably over with in D.C., but southeastern Pennsylvania into northern New Jersey, central New Jersey, New York City, all snow at this time with winds gusting up to 30 or 40 miles per hour. Quite a wintry scene by tomorrow night. The Phillies are scheduled to play the Mets early tomorrow night. That does not look like that'll take place. If it does, it'll be an interesting game to watch with some snowflakes in the air and strong wind gusts. Again, areas higher elevation, east central Pennsylvania, the Poconos, they can get the highest snowfall amounts on Saturday and Saturday evening, perhaps up to a few inches of snow. And this is not quite the end of it. Let's jump ahead another 6 hours. Finally, 6 hours later, just after midnight tomorrow night, the precipitation winding down here across southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York City region. Strong wind gusts continuing at this time. So a rather long precipitation event from late tonight into early tomorrow night in much of the I-95 corridor. And by this time, temperatures will really start to drop. A widespread freeze is likely by Sunday morning, with temperatures dropping way down into the 20s in most areas along I-95 corridor. So quite an interesting weekend coming up, with an Arctic blast, accumulating snow threat on Saturday, primarily north and east of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, and then a widespread freeze by early Sunday morning. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm